So right now the industry is going on a tremendous focus on electrification. So the industry is talking about CASE, connected, autonomous, shared and electrified. Out of this four, electrification is the pivotal point for the whole auto industry, especially in the last 5 years or so. In terms of powertrain, there has been tremendous push and innovations happening in the powertrain technology. So there are forerunners like Teslas and Lucids of the world who is coming up with the more innovative electric powertrain. But in terms of different types of emission system as well, uh, what we observe, because we do a lot of automotive benchmarking on the global scale, not one will be surviving because there is a ramp down of ICE and then the electrification and the battery will come up. But electrification will alone not meet the suffice of the whole thing. There will be still ICE, especially on the long haul trucks, in order to carry the masses. But also hydrogen fuel might be an alternative technology that will still catch up. So I see there is a trend of battery and hydrogen fuel going up and declining of the ICE engines. That's what we see in the next 10 years. The key factors would be the adaptability of the pivotal point of electrification. Especially the whole world, we are talking about adapting electric vehicles. That means you need the enough raw material and source in order to fuel your electric vehicles. So that's going to be a very critical point. And then, as I mentioned, say hydrogen fuel cell is an alternative source. The availability of raw material is again going to be a pivotal point. The last aspect is the infrastructure readiness. So not every country will be a pioneer in adapting the electrification or alternate source energies. There will be a slow transition. I think these three aspects will be the key factors in determining who is going to take a lead in the race of changing the source. Very good question. The whole industry for the past 100 years is focused on ICE. So when I did my engineering, whoever manages the ICE is the hero of the organization, especially with the OEM side. But now, with the electrification and the alternate source coming into play, lot of new technology coming in, and it has really opened up the minds and lot of innovation happening. In order to keep up the innovations, we have to change the academia front. Yes, the ICE and the things that we learn in aspects of the combustion engines are important, but is it really important for the next 10 years come? No, there has to be a refinement of the skill set need to be done. That's where the industry and academia have to collaborate furthermore, because not everyone has got the liberty to understand the latest technology. So it has to do with the mutual party getting in conjunction, working in collaboration to bridge the gaps in order to upskill the skill force that is going to come over the years. So more collaboration is what we want to see in these two aspects. All these, okay, many OEMs have different strategies. When you talk about legacy OEMs, they have a very high specification because those specification is carried out from their legacy aspects. So they are in this business for hundreds of years. So they have made the specification in order to cater some of the needs. But because of the electrification, now there is a lot of questions being raised. Do we still want to carry forward all the specification driven over the years, right? So there has to be a balance between these two. In terms of balance, then it has to be equally adopted by the tiers. The customers who's coming up with new innovations, or if they wanted to re-question or recalibrate the specification, then they have to take into partnership with the tiers who's going to manufacture that part or that component to them. So in order to make that pivotal shift, and also in order to make it more viable, the alternate source vehicle, the collaboration between the tiers and these partners and the OEMs is going to be a very critical factor or element, I would say. So in terms of positiveness, zero emission is a big positive for not only for any organization, for the entire world in terms of reducing the carbon footprint. That also paves opportunity to many new players come into the market. That means for the consumers, you will have more options. You will have more opportunities wherein customers want to make their product very competitive, and the price point will be more competitive and it will be more affordable. So those are all the positive aspects. And of course, more opportunities for the region who's taking lead on the electrification or the alternate source. In terms of challenges, the biggest challenge that we observe through our benchmarking and cost reduction activity is the cultural change that some of the legacy OEM need to adopt. because they have 100 years of history, which is their positive because they have been in the industry for 100 years, but that is also their negative because they are so tuned to that 100 years of specification and the way of operating, whereas the new players make decisions fast, their product innovation is fast, they fail fast and learn fast and improve on the product development. So in terms of cultural adaptability, it will be a challenge, especially for the legacy OEMs. I think this is the first time we are participating in the event. In terms of delegates from the industry, we are very happy in order to meet some of the key players, especially in the Indian industry. We had the opportunity to have a good networking session during the breaks, and some of the speakers are very renowned, and they are having legacy. I mean, a lot of experiences, and some of the thoughts and their experiences when they share, it's very welcoming, and we found it very productive.